referring to earlier about taking a global story and bringing it to a local context for audiences here. So the song is in Hindi, but it goes really well, incredibly well with the setting and the temperament of the film and the emotions that you feel when you watch these movies. Please give a huge round of applause to A.R. Rahman. I'd like to open the floor right now for any questions for either of us. So please, why don't we start with any hands raised right back there? Right in the back.
Hello. First of all, thank you for coming to India. I was wondering if you could talk about how it was having Stanley on the set when he had to shoot the cameo. What was the environment like? What was the general vibe?
What it was like being on set?
Was it like having Stanley on the set?
Stanley on the set. I mean, it was amazing. I mean, he's the. I wouldn't be standing here without him. I believe that his final cameo is in Endgame. I don't remember if he was well enough to do the Homecoming cameo or not. But it was incredible. I mean, I grew up on these comic books. Stan Lee was an idol of mine when I was a kid, and you know, to be able to have the opportunity to not only work on the material that he created, but to work with him is a childhood dream come true.
How tricky was it to wrap up the 10 years of the storytelling, and what was the pressure that came with it?
It was, I mean, it's very difficult. It requires a lot of discipline and focus. There's a lot of characters that we're working with. There's an incredible amount of story, an unprecedented amount of story. This is, 11 years of narrative culminating in one movie. And we're focusing on the original 6 Avengers, and we're closing the book on those characters and the story that's been told about them for the last decade. So, we spent a lot of time and energy and thought with the writers, Christopher Marcus and Steve McFeely, really trying to deliver a powerful and emotionally impactful ending, and hopefully we've delivered that. We'll find out soon enough.
Hi, first of all, incredible song, I loved it, and so my question is to you, Rahman, who has been your favorite Marvel superhero and your favorite movie?
My favorites, actually, Iron Man and Black Panther.
And favorite superhero movie, like Marvel movie?
Actually, Black Panther. Because it's new.
Good choice.
Hello, Rahman sir. For you, Alan Silvestri has composed the score for Avengers. So did he have any inputs for you for the anthem?
No. This whole thing was conceived, recorded in just 10 days. I'm shocked.
So did you show it to him, make him hear nothing?
Because they just finished the score, I believe, yesterday. He was saying, so Joe was 5 days before they finished the score. So this is completely independent of this thing. This is for the Indian audience. And so I was a bit skeptical when I played him. I didn't know whether he would like it. He said, "You're giving us a hit." So thank you for that.
Yes, of course. The first time I saw it was last night. So, like I said, I thought it was. I thought it represented the spirit of what these movies are in a way that you can't express in words, which is why he's a musical genius. So, any other questions?
So actually I have 2 questions. First being, out of the 32 look posters of Endgame that were released, 4 of them, Nick Fury, Valkyrie, Gamora and Hawkeye, are seen staring straight into the camera. Is there any theory behind that?
Wait, they're seen staring straight into the camera when?
In the look posters that were released, the 32 look posters from
Well, look, one thing we love about Marvel fans is that they read something into everything. They do our job for us, right? No, I wouldn't take much. I wouldn't put much stock into that theory.
The second one is also kind of that. So in the trailer, when Anthem is reading these missing posters, on the house in the backdrop, there's a 1064. There's a number 1064 which is written. In Avengers number 10, which was released in 1963, Earth 1064 is a parallel universe. Are you all hinting at the multiverse theory?
Are you on Reddit a lot? Are you the guy on Reddit that's writing these theories? I'm not gonna confirm or deny any of this. No, it's not implying the multiverse. Sorry.
So, in Marvel number 10, issue number 10, the 1963 version, which was the Avengers breakup. We had the Red Hulk was there in that, and it also hints at your fantastic Reed Richards. Any way we could see Reed Richards help Ant-Man understand the quantum realm?
I mean, here's the thing. I'll take any questions about the thematics in Endgame, but I'm not going to answer any questions on the plot of Endgame. 3 years protecting the plot of the movie from Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo. I'm not going to come here and suddenly give away the plot of the film. But I appreciate and I admire your effort.
How important it is to have an imprint on the film as a director, especially when different directors' storylines are sort of merging in it. So tonally making them similar, how challenging was that?
Well, I think they're all tonally very different. I mean, I think our tone is very different than Taika Waititi's tone. It's very different than James Gunn's tone. It's very different than Fleck and Bowden, who made Captain Marvel, or Coogler, who made Panther. So nobody tries to emulate tone. And in fact, I think our Thor is very different than Taika's Thor. I think the fans go along with that. I think that they like that there are different filmmakers behind each film, the way that there are different writers behind comic books. I understand the notion that depending on the author, the tone and energy and inflection of the characters can change. So, for my brother and I, we try to bring psychological realism to the characters, and we like to deconstruct stories. And so I think when you look at our films, Winter Soldier through Endgame, that's the consistent tone for us, is a level of psychological realism and constantly deconstructing the universe. In Winter Soldier, we found out that the good guys were the bad guys. In Civil War, we deconstructed the Avengers by splitting them up. And in Infinity War, we deconstructed the Marvel Universe by killing half of the characters. So, that's just a theme with us, and as filmmakers, issues that are important to us from a storytelling standpoint. Sorry, does someone else have the microphone? No.
So, yo.
Anywhere.
So welcome to India, and I'm Tarushi. I represent Pepe Moon. It's a Bollywood website. I want to ask both of you something. So when you work on an anthem of this level, how important is it to look out the entire theme which suits the Indian as well as the US audience? Because a lot of people are globally involved in it. And Rahman sir has worked internationally, so of course he knows the taste of people from both the places. So how much brainstorming happens over such themes?
Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. I think if you look at it, as I told you before, it's a universal phenomenon, good versus evil, and inspiration and motivation to fight against evil. So that was my brief, and so I worked with the lyricist Nirmika on this, and so we came up with the hook Rokena, and I played that to folks, and they really loved it. They came to Chennai, 3 of them, and they instantly liked it and they wanted some little changes. So this whole thing was just a week's work, and then he played it last night.
Yeah. And look, great music is great music, no matter what language it's in or what part of the world it's coming from. And this man has consistently made some incredible music. So I think all Marvel fans are going to be inspired by that.
Just now that you said, first of all, welcome to India, and now that you have said that you are taking the first 6 Avengers and are closing the chapter in Endgame, what I would like to know is that since you said you're closing the chapter, post Endgame, are we going to see these original Avengers, or are you going ahead with different characters and different storylines?
Again, I don't want to talk about the plot, but I'll say this, is that, Infinity War was told from the point of view of Thanos, and Endgame is not. So take from that what you will. That's as much as I'll give you on that question. Yes.
Hi sir, Citizen Singer from Cosmos. First of all, welcome to India.
Thank you. Is it possible to pass him the microphone?
First of all, welcome to India and thank you so much for giving us the best MCU movies, be it Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and I'm sure for Endgame. My question to you is, Marvel MCU has got a huge fan following in India and people have gone crazy for Infinity War. I'm sure that you might have come across some videos of reaction videos in theater.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you that part of the reason I'm here is that when we were working on Endgame, someone sent us a video reaction of an Indian audience, a very large Indian audience, watching Infinity War. And the moment where Thor arrives in Wakanda to save the Avengers, it was deafening. It sounded like a football stadium, and we got the chills listening to it. And I'll tell you, Endgame was not an easy movie to make. It was very, very difficult, very exhausting for my brother and I. And when we had our down moments, we would just pull out that video and listen to that reaction from that audience to Thor arriving in Wakanda, and it would lift our spirits, and we'd keep going. And so thank you very much from the bottom of my heart as a filmmaker for giving us that experience.
My question to you, sir, don't you think it's high time that we should have one superhero from India as well? If yes, then who can be the one?
Picking a superhero from India?
Yeah.
I think, listen, as they move forward, I don't run Marvel, but I'll tell you this, I do know, and I'm a fan and I'm watching, how diverse it is becoming. And I think that is the future of Marvel storytelling. This is global. That's the reason I am here is that audiences around the world are reacting to these movies in a way that is profound, and I am certain that cultures are going to start seeing themselves represented on the screen and identifying with characters on the screen. So look forward to it.
Thank you, sir.
Last question, please. Renuka.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I think we have a microphone right here.
Hi, Joe.
Yes.
It was a pleasure speaking to you early in the morning. And I have one question for you and Rahman, both of you actually. Joe, for you the question is that how true is it that you actually didn't let Tom Holland read the script so that he doesn't talk about it? How true is it? Because he keeps joking about it all the time. But is it really true that the script is not
Tom
given to
Holland
him?
does not get the script.
So it's true.
Tom Holland gets his lines and that's all he gets. Sometimes he doesn't even know who he's acting opposite of. We'll just, and we use like very vague terms to describe to him what is happening in the scene because he just has a very difficult time keeping his mouth shut.
And Rahman, for you, it's almost 10 years of cinema, for Marvel to kind of get to Endgame. You kind of made the Anthem in 10 days. So how difficult is it to kind of sum up 10 years of cinema into one song in 10 days?
I think my son is a bigger fan of Marvel than me. So I would go reflect, I just played what do you think? It's good, Daddy. So he was my, I look at his eyes and find whether that we have the spirit. And thank you, Ami.
Thank you. That would be last question, please. So over to you, Joe.
Yes. Yeah. So, look, I know that you probably have a lot more questions. We can go on all day, but I just want to again Thank everyone for attending from the bottom of my heart. I'm really proud to be here, and it's a very rare event for a filmmaker to reach audiences around the world with their stories, and it's profound for my brother and I to have such global stories to tell and to be welcomed in the way that we've been welcomed. So I really want to do one more round of applause for AR. It's going to be online everywhere. We're going to post it on our social media. I'm going to forward it on to Robert Downey and ask him to post it as well. And we want people all over the world listening to this song. So thank you all again. Okay.
Can you do this?